Welcome back to Malonze Productions. Yes, this is the helmet from Gladiator, and yes, I'm wearing my glasses so I can actually see, and it's gonna look weird. You're gonna have to deal with it today. So today, Revelation World of Warcraft, the devs did another info dump live stream. So unfortunately, I was doing errands during this. I got the times wrong, and I thought it was going to be in the afternoon and not in the morning. Luckily, somebody that I know on the Discord wrote all the notes down and gave them to me. So I'm going to shout out U6. Thank you very much for giving me the notes. Now, I went ahead and got... Now, I did hear the tail end of it, but I just might not remember everything. But I have all of the key points ready to read off here for you guys. So, what they discussed is that for launch, they are going to have some changes that were not in the open beta. Some of those changes are world changes. Now, they started off with saying, for the Horde side, Razor Hill, Orgrimmar, Brill, and the Barrens are going to be changed. Now, Barrens is not going to be completely changed. It's just the name is going to be changed. They changed the name of the Barrens to the Valley of Life. Razor Hill has been updated. To what extent, I'm not actually too sure. Orgrimmar, they've updated it again. I don't think they fully redid it. They just changed it around a little bit. Brill has been revamped, they said, again, and they've added a bridge across the chasm. If you've seen my Tears Fall kind of walkthrough, exploration video. And they said that they fixed the teleporting from Brill so that it no longer crashes your game. Now, for the Alliance side, they've updated Dunmorrow and Loch Modan, which were not originally even touched, so I never did a video on those because they were not even touched, but they've gone ahead and updated those. I'm not too sure about Ironforge yet, if they are going to update it or not, but they have updated Dunmorrow and Loch Modan, so I will be making videos on those during the launch. The gnomes are going to have their own separate starting zone. Goldshire has been updated once again, as has Darnassus, my bad. Stormwind has also been updated again. Stormwind's Old Town location, where the cooking and alchemy trainer has been renamed to the Ghetto. There is also a new Stormwind district that has been added on the path to the Stormwind Harbor. Now, if that's the area that I walked through to go down the ramp to the harbor, then that's already in the game. I think they're just renaming that whole location. Like, if you looked, there's a whole area that's built with, like, Kultiris huts, or buildings, rather, and I kind of called that the, upper harbor, and then you have the lower harbor, which is where actually all the docks are. That's what I called it. That was not what it was actually called, but I think they're giving it a name. That's what they come up. Now, it doesn't look like they've said a name, and if they did, it was not written down in the notes, but I'm not gonna fault my friend for not writing it down if it was said. That's completely fine. We'll find out during the launch. Now, the Stormwind rendering bug at the front gate has been fixed. I don't remember if I left that in my Stormwind exploration video or not, but when you first go through the gates, you don't see anything. It's just flat, and then it just kind of all pops in at once. So, that's been around since, I think, the closed beta, open beta 1, open beta 2, so they finally fixed that, they said. And the last thing is that there's going to be a hidden NPC somewhere in the world with redeeming codes, and anyone... they said certain community members, closed beta testers, and at random, some people will be given codes to take to this NPC, and they will be given special items. Now, for UI changes, they said they've added world maps. Now, they haven't said anything about the mini-maps. I think they said they're still fixing mini-maps, but for world maps, they've done most of the zones. They have not finished any of the city maps, but the zones that they have finished for world maps are Teldrassil, Tears Fall, Elwyn, Loch Modan, Red Ridge, the Barrens, which is also called the Valley of Life, And I think that's all they've done so far. I actually do think they've already added the Barrens. I remember that in closed beta, one of their updates, they added that, but the other ones were not added yet. So it looks like they've added all of those maps. The other ones will be shortly after the launch, they said. Now, let's see. The Blizzard GM chat logo, so like when you were contacted by a not guildmaster, a game master rather, in the game, it would have the little Blizzard tag next to it. They've changed that to say Rev, like Revelation WoW. So now you'll see that if a GM wants to talk to you. New world chat added only for your faction. So that's something. It's going to be a new world chat added for only your faction. I guess that's world chat, but integrated into the game instead of you actually like manually making one or joining one or whatever. They've added emojis into world chat, so now you can actually add emojis. I believe they were talking about that at some point, that they're going to have like custom emojis added, so you can, you know, type out whatever emoji you want or something, and it will pop up as the emoji instead of the little like little apostrophe and slash to make a little smiley face or something. They've also completely revamped the talent system. Now that's a complete overhaul. What they did is you'll have all of your talents, and it's going to go horizontally, not vertically down like the original. It's going to go from left to right. And the reason they did that is because the way that they're going to structure it is that you'll be able to it'll be easier to make hybrid classes that way. Now, they didn't go fully into it. They were just kind of giving us a brief description, and things are bound to change as we go from the 20 bracket to the level 30 to 40 bracket and so on. So there may be changes, but for right now they have something that is somewhat functional for launch that we will be seeing. Now they have system changes. That's what it's labeled as. I did catch this part of the developer Q&A. So they are gonna add an in-game black market auction house for specific in-game custom currencies. Now, what they said is that they don't know if it's gonna be a new type of gold or if it's gonna be a specific whatever currency, but it will be a custom currency that is all obtained in game and not anywhere outside of the game, so not like store-bought or whatever. And when you find, I believe they said that that the auction house will be a $1 black auction house or something like that. And that's just like the black market auction house on retail. You're going to be able to bid on items, rare items at that. Let's see. The next thing is the talent system revamp. I've also just covered that. They have a prestige system, so when you hit the maximum level of 20, which is going to be the maximum level at launch, you will be able to go into a prestige system, not tied to player power, but rewards cosmetics such as titles instead. So if you re-level that character from 1 to 20 again, you will receive more and more rewards the more times you re-level your character. That way, if you hit level 20, then you'll have something else to do. You could just, you know, re-level again. Now, that sounds cool and everything, but unless there's, they add, like, way more quests that would allow you to out-level a zone, that, therefore, you would have a reason to go back and finish the zone, or if there are, more ways to level, more types of ways to level, stuff like that. That way it's not going to be the same thing over and over again with the same character. Now, sometimes, you know, playing the same zone over again on a new type of character is fine because it's a new, you know, way of playing it. But if it's the same character, I think there needs to be more ways. Now, they did say they're going to add more custom quests. There were very few of them to begin with in the beta, but they were saving them for launch to prevent spoilers. So there are going to be custom quests. To how many is remain to be seen. So we need to see how many custom quests. If they have so many that you would not even be able to finish the zone, and then you would be able to go back and actually finish the zone if you like redid it again. It would give you a reason to go back. I know they said for Tirisfal at one point. This was during the first developer info dump. They were going to make it so Tirisfal would allow you, if you wanted to, go to level 15 before you leave the zone, or you could just leave at level 10 and go to Silverpine. So that would actually be very good if they did that for multiple zones. That way, it's not linear. You can actually pick and choose. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go? Do you want to switch over? You want to do half of this one, half of that one? That's probably the perfect way to do it if they go that route. The next thing they said is that they added an in-game shop system for cosmetic only. There will be no pay to win. I didn't get a good look of what they were offering in the store, but that will eventually be shown when they launch, obviously. Spell changes from old to beta. You can train abilities from the fishing trainer requiring fishing skill. One of these skills, catch a big one, is functionally similar to Death Grip. Oh, okay, yes, I remember them saying something like this. So, someone in the Q&A part asked them what would happen if they managed to find a way up on top of a building and then just snipe people for PvP purposes. If someone got up top where no one else can hit them. So they added a skill that from the fishing trainer to allow you to death grip them with your fishing rod and pull them back down. That way anyone would be able to do it. Therefore, it would be better for those type of scenarios. Now, they did say they would not allow people to misuse that to gain an advantage in any way. It would only be for leveling the field in terms of PvP. But if you used it to bug an NPC to get an advantage in PvE-related stuff, then they would be looking into that. The next thing are, let's see. Oh, the Blizzard Bear Mount, the one from the 2005 BlizzCon. They would be giving that to closed beta testers, and the name that would say Blizzard on the flag would be renamed. So, that's something. They said no layering, and that is referring to, I believe they were saying, at the start, there will be cross-faction PvE. I don't know about PvP, but they did say that at first for PvE, there will be cross-faction. And that's only because it is a private server, so it's not going to have a super high population. Now, if it did become, eventually popular enough where they won't need it, they will remove it. But they won't just remove it. They will tell us in a changelog or something that they are planning to remove it. But for the time being, they're going to start off with cross-faction. Just like Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW is all cross-faction PvE. And the last thing that's listed here is the Murloc and Tuskar. Murloc and Tuskar will choose their allegiances exactly like the Pandaren. This decision cannot be reversed if you leave their starting zone. So, just like the Pandaren, you'll be able to choose Horde or Alliance for Tuskar or Murloc. The next one was, again, for the Murloc and Tuskar. They will have their own languages, but they likely won't be able to communicate between opposite faction Murlocs or Tuskar, so just like the Pandaren. And the last thing is, Tuskar and Murloc will be able to wear armor that appears on their character model. Work in progress for all armors. Now, I've said this before in, I believe, the launch trailer for Revelation WoW. Tuskar have always been able to wear player armor. Those are one of the few races that have been able to. Vrykul is another one, Naga is another one. The only thing is they were not able to wear helmets. They didn't have a helmet slot. Now, I don't know if they fixed that or not, but it says that they will be able to wear armor that appears on the character model. So I'm assuming they did fix the helmet issue, but they've already been able to wear all armors, all gear, and stuff like that. So I was never worried about that. The Murloc is more interesting to me. Murloc is that would have been more complicated. So I think they said that they found a way for the Murloc to be able to actually wear player armor like a normal character would. Now, that's something that I don't think has been done before. So that's going to be pretty exciting to see how well that has gone. They said they've tested most, if not all, of the levels 1 to 20 armor on the characters, and they're fitting properly to some extent. But they said that during the launch process, if you happen to come across something that is not meshing well, is clipping, or just is not functioning properly, they want you to tell them so they can fix it right away. And they will be looking for that. Now, I believe that is everything that is listed here. Everything after that was all Q&A questions. From what I caught, most of it was pretty standard, like, oh, will the launcher, work? Yes, the launcher will work, and it's not gonna bug out. That's according to what Wilzor said, and Rect as well. They were all pretty standard questions. One of them was the if you stand on top of a building, what would happen? And they mentioned the item that can death grip you back. So, for the most part, most of the questions were pretty standard. Now, that's pretty much all that there is to cover from this developer Q&A. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you much more information other than that. Again, I got the times wrong, so I was out of the house and I couldn't write down notes. But thank you, 46, to providing me that note that they did do on the Q&A. So I was able to at least bring you some sort of informational video. I'm sure my friend Manapots is going to be making a much better video analysis of it. So if you want, you can go check out him as well. And if you're ready to start watching me play Revelation WoW, stick by, because around the time of launch, I will be streaming it. On the 15th, baby. We're ready. So thank you for watching me. And please subscribe.